We're here, Shayla Black.
We are. Hi,
We're here.
everybody. Welcome to Wicked Wednesday.
Hi, guys.
It's Beanie.
How are you, Shayla Black? I missed you.
You're creepy. Go away.
I missed you.
You're creepy. Go away.
Anyway,
hi, everybody. Happy Wednesday.
I had a song and everything, and I forgot the song completely. Forgot. And it was not Elvira.
It was not.
It was not Elvira.
Okay.
No.
All right. Well, that's good to know. Because he was singing Elvira earlier, and I was like, stop. Please just no.
Off your microphone there. There you go.
There you go. Is it hard to hear?
Okay, Wicked Wednesday. You can hear. I can't hear. I can't hear anything. So.
I can hear all the things.
What are we doing here? I'm not Jenna Jacob. Jenna Jacob's right down here.
She's backstage looking glamorous.
She's in the dungeon right now. She's in the dungeon. We have her chained up.
She would like that.
I will release her once I go down. You'll see me go down. And then I will release her and we'll allow her to come up.
That's exactly
allow her to freshen for a moment. And then
not going to happen.
Yes, exactly.
Not going to happen.
Exactly.
Hi, everyone. Hi, Rhonda. Hi, Amanda. Welcome in. I'm so glad that you can join us, Amanda, after 3 weeks of working a different schedule. Yay. Hi, Brenda.
Yay.
Hey, Nikki. How are you? Hi, Madeline. Welcome in. What's going on, everybody? Hi, Lauren. Hi, Janice. And Susan, my friend. How are you? Hey, Virginia.
I love seeing these friendly faces.
Beverly, I'm glad you're here. Yes, and happy birthday to Jenna. We will definitely talk about that. Hi, Denise and Linda. Welcome in. I haven't seen you in a while, girl. Somebody else, Mrs. Streetman. Hello. Hi, Donna.
I know who Streetman is.
I do. I can't read. I'm wearing my contacts. It's a little thing.
We just never see your name like that.
I know. Hi, Kelly. How are you? And Christine, Rhonda, and Robin. Hey, everybody.
Rockin' Robin.
That's right. What is happening with everybody? This is the best thing that's happened to you all week. Yay,
awesome.
Kelly.
Thank you guys that joined us over on the TikTok. Just a few minutes ago.
Yes.
Actually, I think our spread or our broadcast
I have no idea what you're trying to
say. Scope continues to increase over at TikTok.
Well, we're getting the hang of it a little bit more. The first one, I think that I was basically sitting on his lap because you're trying to get in the little screen.
And that's the first time we got banned. And then
shit happened right now.
Yeah.
Hi, Renee.
I went like this. Then we were just done.
Hi, Tracy and Denise. How are you? Let's see. What else is happening? Hi, Jan. Hi, Nicole. Hey, Fong and Wendy. Good to see everybody.
My friends.
Sharon, yay. Hi, Christina.
Yay, Sharon Abrams.
And there's Tabitha, who joined us over on TikTok as well. How is everybody doing?
The sound is weird, Rhonda says.
Okay. I keep trying to...
You may be a little low on your
Well, there's no place else to put it.
Put it up right up on your right side. On your right
Hi,
side.
Ruth. Hi, Dawn and Sharon. And another Sharon. Lots of Sharons today. It's Sharon Day. I'll just try to keep my hair off of it. I don't know. Hi, Cindy. Welcome in.
And the rest
Nicole.
of you guys. Okay, Kelly says it's loud and clear, so we're good.
Okay, good. Hi, Evita. You've missed a couple of weeks, but you've watched the replays. Thank you, Tracy.
Thank God for the replay, right, Evita? Thank God.
Hey, Ruth. I'm so glad you're here.
Hey, Ruth.
Missed your smiling face. Hey, Laura. Yeah, that's what he was trying to say, Jan, the reach.
You know, I did go to the school.
Or something.
But yeah, I know. The schools.
Thank you, Beverly. I'm glad you can hear us. Yay. So what's happening? Hi, Nikki.
Christine, we're still trying to figure out TikTok too, because you're supposed to get, if you're subscribed to Shayla, you're supposed to get a notification when we go live.
Supposedly.
Which is always between 7:30 and 7:45, if you will.
Yeah.
15 minutes or 20 minutes or 30 minutes before this broadcast. But
absolutely.
We're still working on that, and we're working on some soon to be announced longer form opportunities on TikTok as well, featuring, this one here.
In other words, if anybody just wants to hear me talk more, don't know why, but we might do that. Hi, Cindy. How are you? And thank you, Stephanie, for joining us from TikTok. Can hear it much better. Okay. Maybe I just need to make sure that when I'm wearing a V-neck shirt, I have
a thing you can put around your neck.
Maybe we'll need to do that next time. Okay. Hi, Regina. You know what? I'm so glad you're here. If I failed to respond to you over on Ream about your friend. I'm incredibly sorry. The week has been insane, but I wanted you to know that I was thinking of you, and I'm so sorry about your friend. You didn't get a notification. Well, we're just going to have to beat YouTube. I don't understand. You would notified in TikTok. Okay, cool. Thank you, Stephanie. I appreciate that.
Everything is hit or miss with these algorithms.
I know.
I don't trust notifications for anything.
Okay, Dawn has...
The Big Boy Steam Engine train is on a tour and has gone through St. Louis and will end in Texas for...
Oh.
Okay, I got to write that down.
Thank you, Dawn. He will be very excited. I don't know.
This is full.
Well, I'm busy.
Here, I don't have my phone either. For a writer, and she has no paper.
I know.
How do you expect to put anything out?
Wait a minute. Hold it.
So, Big Boy. Okay. Oh my God. Is there a clean piece of paper in this house? Can we DoorDash some?
There. My gosh.
And I love 1001 Dark Nights, but that's a lot of writing on a pad of paper. I'm just saying.
Everything else has all my notes everywhere, you guys, everywhere. Just saying.
Thank you for that, Dawn. That's going to be awesome.
He will appreciate that.
Google the big boy train. Okay.
Yes. October 10th and 11th.
I got it.
Okay, awesome.
I think we're in town.
Thank you, guys. You weren't notified on TikTok, Sharon. Well, dang it. I don't know. You do get a notification from YouTube. Thank you, Cindy.
What I really would love to do is do TikTok, YouTube, and Facebook together, but
they don't let them.
They don't like to play with each other.
Nikki had, look at this. The train came through Chicago. It was behind my house.
Wow.
That's super cool.
That's cool, Nikki.
Hi, Gina. How are you, my friend?
Gina.
Welcome in. You love your Shayla Post-it pads. Thank you. Hi, Christine. It's because, thank you. I have to put notes someplace. Just saying.
I know.
Okay.
You stash things everywhere.
Because Jenna and I have a lot to talk about. We don't want to belabor anything.
So am I exiting stage right?
Not yet. I want to tell you a couple.
She told me I had
things.
the week off, and then all of a sudden I'm here.
Well,
I don't know. Thanks a lot, Jenna. Appreciate it. Yeah.
It's all her fault.
Yeah, I know. I got you.
So a lot of you asked how our actual anniversary was. It was really low key, but it was nice. We just were like, for 33 years, we just kind of chilled.
Or is that a gang sign?
I don't know.
33 was an amazing time. We had we went to dinner at our favorite Brazilian steakhouse. And we have some photos.
Thursday, yep.
We have some photos that we're going to post in the beauties. I don't think we posted those, did we?
We did not.
We'll post those in the beauties. I'll maybe do that while you're doing the broadcast. Cuba.
Then we also did some fun, cool things yesterday. We have been telling ourselves that we were going to go do family night at the arcade down here, which is like kind of an all-inclusive arcade. You go in.
I can't tell you the last time I was in an arcade.
Oh, forever ago.
I think I walked through it on the cruise ship one time.
And we were like, and we're out.
Not doing that, right? I got to get my shirt off and get by the pool. But this place is like a retro arcade. It's a chain across the nation. I think there's a handful of them. But they have all the old school video games that a lot of us grew up on, as well as the current console games that are sitting out there. And they have food. They have a full bar, good liquor. Baby went with us.
Zelda margarita.
She had a Zelda margarita.
She said it was really good.
And we shared a pizza and some potato bites. They were all very, very good. But it was like you pay a flat fee and then you play, all the games are free. So you just are included. So and you can stay all day if you want.
Yeah, they're open like 8 hours a day or something.
We ended up being there about 3 hours. So it was fun.
It was not Texas Day Brazil. Oops, wrong. Hang on, Nicole. It was not Texas Day Brazil. There's one near us and it's a small chain also called Chamagucha. Gaucha, something. It's really good.
Oh my gosh.
It's really good.
They spent millions renovating this place.
And yes, that is where they carve the meat off the skewers.
It is beautiful inside. The service is extraordinary. And the quality cuts of meat that you get are insane.
It's so good.
They melt in your mouth.
You know, when they find out, because I'm the person who kind of still wants my meat almost mooing. So when they find out I prefer it on the rare side, like they literally brought me separate cuts so it wouldn't be overdone.
They said, this isn't for you. I'll come right back.
Yeah.
Another one.
I was like, cool, nifty, thanks. Linda, so Pac-Man, I found out that I hadn't lost all of my Miss Pac-Man skills that I acquired in junior high, most, but not all. Baby and I played this Jurassic Park game where you had to, like, it was in a big, like, you climbed into this booth thing to play, and you had these like double shotgun things, like,
It's not a shotgun.
well,
man.
whatever it was. Anyway, like, I clutched it so hard. I actually woke up this morning and it was sore.
You got to just let it. It's
Yeah.
a natural
Hey,
release.
Janet,
Natural
my
release.
friend.
I know when you get large things, you get a little nervous, and I understand.
Oh gosh.
But you just gotta understand.
You were
the
the
power.
Space Invader champ of Chicago at one. That's awesome.
Brenda, I played Space Invaders. That was fun. They also had pinball machines. They had a Dr. No from James Bond pinball
John
machine,
Wick.
a John Wick.
There was an Iron Maiden one that I played that was actually kind of cool.
They had Tempest.
Yeah,
there,
they did. I played Tempest and
they had
Galaga.
Centipede, and they had all those things.
Baby tried to play Frogger. That did not go well.
They had Joust, which that
Mhm.
was probably the edge of video games.
Yeah.
as they were changing.
It was lots of
To be
fun.
more interactive. Galaga, you're right, Sharon. It was there.
Did they have Breakout?
I don't remember.
I don't
Rhonda.
remember Breakout. Rhonda did say that she and Craig are celebrating 43 tomorrow.
Congratulations.
That's amazing.
Congratulations. I sat my
Hi,
ass
Connie.
down and I played Madden 24 on the PS4.
He was enjoying that. He's like, I'm going to have one of these.
I'm going to have to get the Madden 24 because it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun.
We had a good time. I just had forgotten how much I love some of those old games.
I'm surprised you had as good a time as you did. I was like, you were going to get in there and go, okay, I'm ready to go.
So
You had a really good time.
And the reason I brought this up is I have a video. You didn't know I took a video.
Yes, Christine, Donkey Kong.
Yes, they had
front
Donkey
and
Kong,
center.
100%.
Baby and Shayla played Miss Pac-Man.
We
and
did.
They were knocking it out of the park.
I have, darn it, I'm in the wrong spot. I have a video.
Oh, sure. No, don't.
Well, I'm gonna post it. You weren't gonna be able to see very well. So it was these side-by-side motorcycles, and I have a little bit of video of them both, like, and they race each other. So they played
And you're
twice.
going side to side.
Yeah, like you actually literally have
So
to.
I came in first the first time, then Baby beat me and came in first the
Yeah.
second time. She was so happy.
She was
so happy
like,
to meet me.
yes.
I got to be dad.
It was a lot of fun
Yes,
to see
Janet.
them.
Hey, Janet. Good to see you. Space Invaders.
Yep,
Yes,
they
Space
had that
Invaders
there.
Was there.
No
darling.
skee ball. I didn't see skee ball.
No skee ball.
But they also had a party room in the back where you could play Fortnite, Call of Duty,
Golf thing.
yeah, all kinds of stuff. Like it was, your favorite was Tetris. They did have a Tetris, and it wasn't open yet, but they had a Tron machine that they were getting ready to launch. I didn't see Pole Position, but I did see some other
no
driving
pole position,
games.
Sharon. I was hoping they would, but they didn't have.
They had
that.
other driving games, though.
But
it was fun.
It was a fairly large place, but it was full. I mean, they had in every video game, I think, except one was working. So
I saw, well, the one that they said was coming soon obviously wasn't working. And then there was another one, that they said was out of order.
And I think it was like $12 or $13 a person for as long as you wanted to stay all day long.
No whack-a-mole. It wasn't like that kind of arcade. It was more like
whack-a-mole's fun though, Christine. Whack-a-mole's
Hi,
fun.
Dawn.
Anytime you can hit something, that's a good thing. It's a good day.
It is a good day.
It's a good day.
So, I think, and the only other thing, somebody had PM'd me and asked if I would pretty please show the new print version of Naughty Little Secret when we got them in. So here it is. It is the glossy cover. So this is the new and exciting Naughty Little Secret. We do have a few, and I do mean a few, in stock. We're expecting more, but we've got a couple. So if that was something you wanted in order to see it, now you have seen it, and it is there.
So we're now you can get to the fun stuff.
Now,
the stuff you've been wanting to talk about. I'm going to bring Jenna in. Jenna. Oh my God, there she is. The great Jenna.
Wait.
I can't hear her. Oh,
yeah.
Two of a kind.
That's right.
Come here. There you go. Oh, wait, like this. No.
Courtesy of Eve, who I have not seen yet tonight. I hope Eve is here and I've just missed her.
Hi,
I'm
gang.
going to let you do your thing because
Okay.
I can't hear anything.
Yep.
Peace, love, and
Booze.
appetizers.
And
All right.
booze.
Peace.
For me.
Please. So is my mic
You
on?
can move your chair maybe so I can
Mhm.
like scooch it. There we go. and take up the whole camera myself.
And now I can just stand here and talk, and I can talk over you.
Oh, perfect. He wants to talk over me. Does anybody? No, nobody cares. Okay. So how is everybody? Hi, Amy. Welcome in. Let's see. I want to make sure I got everything just right.
And thank
First
you
of all,
thank you all for all the birthday wishes. Thank you.
this is the amazing, my hysterical friend and coworker, or friend and co-author, Jenna Jacob.
Co-author, whatever.
Well, we've been through a whole lot of hell.
Wow.
Yeah, we have many stories to tell you. Many. Can you guys hear Jenna okay, by the way? Is there anybody who can't hear Jenna?
I don't have a booby microphone or anything.
You don't have a booby mic? Do you have earbuds?
No. I tried to use Sean's. We went for a motorcycle ride on Saturday or Sunday or something. And I tried to use Sean's earbuds. And thank God I had like a bandana thing on because this one kept falling out of my ear. So I had to pull it down. And we're riding down the highway. We're riding down the road and I'm hanging on to my ear. And finally, when we stopped, I lifted the bandana and it just fell out. So I'm like, I can't use these. I think the rubber's too big.
No, I don't like that view. Please stop. Holy cow, that's extreme close up.
Yeah. I think the rubbers were too big.
Well, there you go. Because nobody wants a rubber that's too big.
Which has never happened before. I mean, trust me.
They make those?
Oh my God, men's. Okay, so first of all, yes, happy birthday.
Thank you. I've been sitting around all day going, how the hell did I get this old this fast?
Well, I understand that feeling. I do. No,
I'm not even going to do that. I'm going to be nice.
I know what you're going to say.
There.
Okay, but let's just say that we all sit there as our birthdays come and go, really? Another year? How did that happen?
I know. But I'm
Just
still here.
nuts.
That's the good thing. That
is the important thing. As my dad always said, it was better than the pine box. Thanks, Dad.
Right?
Yeah, that was, my dad was always so pragmatic.
I love it.
In his way. We have so much to talk about. It's just stupid. I don't even know where to start. Wow.
Go ahead.
I really should have, you guys know we have tried in the past to have agendas and it never works out right. So we just kind of quit doing them. But sometimes I really wish I did have one. And this is one of those times that I probably should have. So we're going to ramble a lot, but we're going to say a lot. So just hang with us. First of all, if you don't know, I know, Sharon. If you don't know, we co-author the Unbroken series together, which was formerly called Doms of Her Life. And we will get into all of what's happened and why and what's happened. And I just want to say, first of all, thank you guys for your love for the series, for your patience with us. There's just a lot happening and there's a lot that's going to happen and it's all good stuff from here. So, I'm wondering, wow, I don't even know where to start. I know I said that, but I really don't.
I think we start with, you know what I want to start with, but I got to be good. I got to behave. And explaining the reasons for all of this.
Let me jump in here because that was sort of my thought too. So we love you guys and we appreciate how much you love this series. Genuinely, we do. Mm-hmm. Hey, Becca, what's up? So we have been talking about launching this bundle and some other things that we have in the hopper. We've been talking about this for probably 3 or 4 months at least. Maybe a little longer. I mean, I know we had a check-in at the beginning of the year and we were like, this year we're going to make some shit happen and the best laid plans. Ship happen. Yeah. So the next thing though is I received some snail mail day before yesterday. And I won't read it verbatim, but I'm going to tell you that somebody was deeply unhappy with us and me in particular, and indicated that I must enjoy yanking people's chains, and that apparently I never really had any intention of finishing this series. And could I please stop pretending and change my website to basically tell people that we never had any intention of finishing this series so that they could make up their own ending. That was kind of the gist of it. And that basically she was really, really angry and wished that I would just be honest. So let's be honest. So the first thing I'm going to say is I'm in no way chastising readers in general, because most of you have been lovely and amazing and completely understanding. This was absolutely shocking for somebody to send me what looks like the sweetest little card. And yeah, not so much. So I'm not pretending. We always had every intention of finishing. And it was never a matter of me or us yanking anyone's chain. No. That was completely not the thought process at all. And so we're going to talk about the funny things that have happened. Excuse me. Oh my gosh. I don't mean funny, haha. I mean funny, like not so great things that have happened along the way. And of course, my husband wants me to stop and be like, here, everybody, if you missed it and you didn't get the newsletter, and Jenna, feel free to drop your link. Jenna and I both exclusively have the Unbroken bundle for sale on our stores. So I'm posting my link, and Jenna will post her link.
Give me one second.
Okay, let's see.
And I pull up the wrong damn thing because,
Well, that's a lot of it, Tracy. It's not like I don't have 100 other books and other stuff to write, but that's not even the real issue. And you guys are, again, just so awesome and supportive, and thank you. And what's wrong with people is, well, there's chatter among the author community that there are some people, and there are some people who are on the entitled side and I have author friends who said they have had death threats and like all kinds of stupid stuff, like death threats, really, over books. If you can't paste it in there, send it to me over Zoom and Well,
I have to sign up for Google. It's telling me to sign into my YouTube.
No, don't do that. Just send it to me over Google, over
Zoom.
Yeah, and I'll just post it for you.
Thanks.
So it's just easier that way. I remembered that Google
I'm
was
over here going
insert themselves.
I'm pushing buttons and trying to figure it out. Yeah.
No. That's your newsletter.
Oh, my website.
To your bundle.
To my store.
To your bundle.
To my bundle. Sorry. This is how I've been.
I know.
For a while. So yeah, just 1 second and I'll get there.
So, you guys have to understand so we're going to be starkly honest. This woman asked for honesty. We are going to be starkly honest. As many of you know, when we started this series way back in 2012, we had a third co-author. And we loved having Isabella with us for years and years and years. And then, her life changed and things happened and she couldn't participate anymore. But it did leave us in an odd and strange place where we had to try to figure out how to navigate with just two of us. And so, it took a hot minute there. I just dropped Jenna's link as well. So now you have both links. I posted mine a little bit ago, and here is Jenna's.
Thank you.
So the thing is, Isabella could no longer participate. And it took us, what, Jenna, maybe almost a year.
Mhm.
We had to hire an attorney.
Mhm.
We had to draw up paperwork. We had to buy her out. It took us just Amazon alone.
And then we had to play with Amazon.
Yeah, it took us probably 3 or 4 months just to get them to understand we weren't plagiarizing ourselves. Like, they threatened to close our account and ban us. And
yeah, because we were plagiarizing ourselves, even though our author names were on the book, and
we had paperwork.
And we had paperwork, and we had everything. And that was, and I know that Shayla was shouldering the burden of that, because that was when Mom was, I think that was during Mom, I'm not sure. It was during
in that neighborhood, yeah.
It was some catastrophe on my end.
Here you go, Sharon. If you didn't, I just reposted my link. If you didn't see it, there it is, and I'll put it up for anybody. So yeah, it took Amazon about 3 months to decide that we weren't plagiarizing ourselves. And what was crazy was they make you upload every individual book, which then creates, for every book, it has an individual case file. So even if you solved one, it doesn't necessarily mean you've solved the others. And so some of the books went right through, and we had 2 that just forever and ever and ever, because we had to rename the series. Exactly. Because at the time that we had to buy Isabella out, we were like, that was when everybody was like, so anything with Dom or sub or BDSM terms at all is going to wind up in the Amazon dungeon. So a lot of people have asked us why we renamed the series, and that's a big reason why.
Same thing with the Doms of Genesis. They're now Club Genesis because of the same thing.
If you guys knew the crap that Amazon pulled behind the scenes and the number of authors, this is another reason a lot of you ask me why I'm not, well, not you guys, you know better, but other people ask me why I won't participate in KU. Jenna, don't you every week hear of some author who had their account, a KU author, so this is their entire business because Amazon makes you be exclusive
to them. You can't sell books anywhere else.
Anywhere else except for print. You can sell print books elsewhere, not ebooks. But then they terminate this person's account, so there goes all of their income and all of their readers. They can no longer, and because they don't even know who their readers are, they can't reach them anymore. So
I just put out a newsletter last week that I was no longer putting up pre-orders on Amazon. I've had the last 2 pulled because they, my dad was sick. My dad died. I just stopped working when he got sick, and I went to spend the last few months that I had with him, and they didn't give a rat's butt.
No. Honestly, Jan, it's not just romance authors. It's just that we are more prolific and we use the system more. So you hear of it more.
Yeah.
But, and honestly, because we use the system more, there have been more offenders. There have been more users of click farms and more users of, more plagiarism cases. Like it's more, but they go after like everybody. They don't figure out who the real offenders are, because the book stuffers and the people who circumvent the terms of service seem to go on and on. It's just, it's annoying. So, finally, that took us most of 2021, you guys. It took us most of 2021. So 2022 came around, and in the meantime, Jenna had lost her mom, and my dad was starting to have health issues. And, in the middle of all this, we still had, there was still lots of COVID problems and
COVID.
And I still had a child away at school, and, there's just like too much happening. Right. But 2022 came around, and we're like, okay, we're going to pick it back up. We're going to do the things, and we're going to get it done.
We did.
Well, we did. It's just the book at over 100,000 words, and we were like, we have at least 100,000 words left to write.
Right.
Like,
we got a whole nother book.
So that was why we thought the commitment was coming out in 2022. And that was why, and frankly, we ended up having to cut it a little bit short. That was about the time. Yeah, changed the title, but that was about the time my dad.
But wait, we changed the title.
Yes.
And then we had to go through Amazon again.
Yes, 100%. And that took time and annoying, so much annoying, so much annoying from them. And then that was about the time my dad started getting sick. And then we lost dad that June. But my daughter had just graduated from college. There were other things going on. I know, Jenna, you had things going on.
I got COVID. The week you were, I was supposed to be working on the story, and I spent the week on the couch. And then when you got back, it was like balls to the walls. We were hammering. That was cute. Hammering out the story, but that would have been becking and Sething out the story. But
That's true. Hi, Anne.
But we did get, the confession done. We got the.
But I have to tell you guys, trying to work on that when I was grieving my dad was maybe one of the hardest things I've ever done.
I don't know how you did it. Seriously.
It was like compartmentalizing, but I'm going to be honest. I don't know if that was the best for my mental health. Mm-mm. It was rough. That was a rough Christmas. Like, I was glad we had the book done, but that was just a rough year, like all the way around. So then last year came and
yeah. I mean, we find out, last year was nuts for me. I was like 2023, I've realized 2024 was a precursor. 2023 was a precursor for 2024, the rat bastard. But 2023 was incredibly hard. Within the first, 3 or 4 months, I'd lost 7 people, including 3 family members. And and my dog, I lost my dog, which
kind of suddenly, I
knew he wasn't doing well, and it was bad because don't get me started on my dog. I'll start crying like a baby over my damn dog.
Well, like you said, you lost 3 family members. You lost like one of your best friends of your whole life.
Yeah.
7 people. And I want to say, you guys, that was by like August. Yeah. Like every time I talked to her, somebody else was sick or dying, or
my granddaughter was born with a lymphatic malformation in her arm, and she got gangrene in it. So she was like, it was eating away her arm and a baby. It was just a lot, and then we find out in August, we find out my dad has cancer. And then in December, he has surgery. And then we come into January, and then, so, it was a lot of running him to infusions and all that kind of stuff. And it's just been.
And so this is our way of saying we intended 2023 to be the year, but as she's going through all of this, you guys, baby started having seizures again. But we hadn't had a seizure in 3 or 4 years, and all of a sudden she's having seizures again, and we have no idea why. And I have not spoken a lot about this, but she had multiple seizures, you guys, multiple. She had one at my mother-in-law's funeral. That was the other thing. We lost my mother-in-law. We moved her here. It lasted 5 days. She got sick. She went to the hospital, and we lost her. And, again, another hard holiday, because now we not only don't have my dad, now we don't have my mother-in-law. And this is also the time that my sister-in-law is starting to talk about moving here. And, my mother has now I hate to use the word boyfriend, but that's about the only way I can describe it. And, then we find out that he has cancer. Like you can't make and my mom is beside herself. You can't make this stuff up. Like, it seemed like every time I talked to her, all we were talking about was death and mayhem. And we were like, we know we need to get back to this, but when the hell can we? When are we going to have enough mental health in the middle of trying to keep everything else going? Like,
you still have family, you still have kids, you still have husband, you still have laundry and grocery store and bills, and you still have to function.
Yeah.
It's just, and I know we are not the only ones, gang. I know.
Oh no, we know.
This whole last 4 years has just been an absolute ship show for everybody in every way. But it's like, it's not that we decided, oh, well, they'll forget about it. That was the last thing on our minds.
Yeah. I was basically in this note told that obviously I'm having fun. And the intimation was I was having fun at everybody's expense. And I was like, no, that's actually not what's happening. It's that, and I will tell you, we have a mutual friend who is on at least me, because I talk to her constantly all the time about mental health. She's like, go take some time off. You're working too hard. Go step away, go play a game, go touch grass, like go do something that isn't, just draining yourself to death. And, I just haven't really taken it that seriously until recently. And I now am like understanding after all the loss that both of us have endured over the last 4 years that you have to enjoy life because it will be gone.
Yeah. Like that.
Yeah.
And this birthday isn't helping. I'm just going to tell you right now, because I'm like getting so.
It's a big birthday, girl.
Big birthday, girl. It's a big birthday.
I know, but you got your pretties in the background. People love you.
And I do. And I have, and that's another thing. We have this one, and yes, we are explaining ourselves, Brenda, because a lot of times, I know from experience, a lot of you guys in here, have reached out to me in my newsletters, after my newsletters, or just in the Jezebel's room, or just on Facebook, and you guys know that I'm struggling to get my head back in the game. And
hard.
It's hard. It's really hard. And this one's hitting me harder. And my sister and I were talking about it. And she's like, when mom died, that was like devastating, because my mom, she was a divorcee in the 60s, where that was never heard of. She was raising us 2 girls, and so the book of life with my mom was like 3/4 the Three Musketeers, my sister and my mom and I. And then when she passed, it was horrific, but we still had these chapters with dad, right? I still have my dad. And there were these chapters that the book's still there. It's still going on, and everything's great, and now the book's closed and it's put away. And it's like, the first birthday as an orphan. It's really, that's like, I woke up this morning, I'm like, it's my birthday, and it's the first birthday I've ever had where I don't have a parent. So
I have to pause for just a second. Our comic relief has arrived. Hi, Jake. How are you? He said, that's what she said. We were saying it's hard. He said, that's what she said.
Thank you. I knew that. Yeah. And, and
miss you, buddy.
That's great. I love it. That's what she said.
That's what she said. Which we just did an office puzzle the other day too. Baby and I did.
That's right.
Yeah.
So that explains why we're really not like, oh, they'll forget about it, or we think that, y'all don't deserve it, but you do, because we have.
And it was never that we had no intention of finishing it. You guys don't know how much intention we have. Like, it's the conversation we constantly have, trying to figure out when we can finish it. It's not even a matter of we don't want to, we're dying to. But, part of the problem has been also not only all of this, but, I have pre-orders up, she has pre-orders up, and because Amazon won't let you move them, you have to march to those drums. And then when the books come out, you're like, yay, that's done. Fantastic. But our schedules were just not meshing. They just weren't.
No. And every time I thought, okay, I got room now. I got this and I've got that. My pre-orders are now up on my storefront. I don't have any pre-orders with Amazon anymore. They pulled them all. I'm like, bye. So they're only.
Hang on. You are welcome anytime, Jake, and you can come say anything you want. I miss you, buddy. I really do.
Oh, yeah. Don't worry, Jake. Well, we're going to lighten this up real quick with some really good juice. Anyway, I don't even know what I was saying. So screw it. We're good.
Well, no. And I have to tell you, not to get super personal. I have other author friends, and you know who I'm talking about, who said almost the same thing when she had lost her dad a while ago, and when she lost her mom, that feeling of being an orphan and not knowing how to take that. She's like, it was always kind of a comfort that I was unaware of. When I had my parents, like I was still the child. And she said, once both of my parents were gone, I looked up and I was like, oh my God, I'm the adult now. And there is no buffer between me and not being here anymore. Like it just freaked her out.
I posted those exact words today.
Did you? I didn't even see that.
What was it? I'm 25 or 30, I don't know, 35 times, I don't know. I said,
I get you.
Whatever. I'm not mathing right now. It's too late. And my calculator,
not important.
But I said, I guess that means I'm an adult now.
Well, you're finally an adult. I'm not an adult yet.
That's because you're not old enough yet.
No, that's not true. I am. So all that said, I see lots of kind comments. Thank you guys very much. And all kinds of questions. Tracy, I do not know the answer to that question yet. We're not there. We're not close to there. I don't have an answer yet. All I can do is say, I hope so, but I don't have an answer yet because that is not a bridge we have tried to cross as yet. Yeah, I think that's a way to put it. You don't ever want to be the oldest generation, right?
Next.
Right. So,
but anyway, we love you guys and thank you for your understanding.
Yeah.
And thank you, Shannon. Thank you all. Thank you all for all the sweet, kind words and all the support you've given me these past few months. What's the matter? What I missed?
Jake.
Oh my God. That's terrible.
He knows my husband way too well.
Evidently.
It's kind of true, but you guys are peas in a pod. I'm just telling you. You guys are like the same human being, just, separated by 25 years or so. Oh, so funny. So funny.
We appreciate your understanding and your support and your words of encouragement to just, do what we need to do to get ourselves whole again. That means the world. And, but we wanted to address this issue of not caring because that's the furthest thing from the truth.
Yeah, we care about this deeply. This is an absolute labor of love, and we would definitely not. There is nowhere on this planet that we were like, oh, we're just going to leave you guys dangling here forever because why not? It's so much fun to yank your chains. I mean, honestly, it is kind of fun to yank your chains, but we never intended to do it for this long.
With cliffhangers only.
Right, only. Just saying. So without further ado, shall we?
Sausage. Well, whoops. What?
Shall we finally say what we've been dancing around?
Yes. Go for it.
So yes, unless the freaking sky falls or like computers die or there's a nuclear holocaust or something,
or a EMP that goes off and
unless people outlaw romance or I don't even want to think about any of those things. The commitment is happening next year.
Yeah.
Next year. So I currently have, and I believe you do too, a pre-order up on both of our sites. That is where the exclusive pre-order will be until we are somewhere nearly done with this book, because we don't want to jack with Amazon anymore. We're done. We're tired. It's like not happening anymore. So, and you will also, frankly, get it sooner if you get it from Jenna or from me. So that said, I have a link. I don't know if you have a link, my dear. Here is my link,
I gotta go find my link.
and I'm posting.
I did not come prepared. Damn it! I'm so sorry.
Woo! No, believe me, I didn't think of it either. My husband had to do this. Yeah, God willing, and the creek don't rise. That's exactly it, Lisa. Right now, we are scheduled for October 21st of next year. If it happens sooner, we will drop it sooner. If it does not happen sooner, you will get the 411 first. Yes, I know that dates me too, but it is coming. And yes, absolutely, Nicole. Oops, dang it. Sorry, Brenda. Yes, exactly, Nicole. Exactly. That's how we feel.
I stuck my link in your Zoom box, baby.
I see that. Thank you. Hi, silly. Let's see. And here is Jenna's link if you would like to order from Jenna. If I can copy and paste and my mouse will cooperate. Copy. Here we go. And there it posted. Okay. So hopefully you guys are able to see that. It's, neither one of our sites are hard to navigate. So if it's too hard to pick up the link, just navigate. It's easy peasy.
Just PM me or her or whatever.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
I know, Kelly, and I appreciate that you guys have been so patient and understanding and kind. In all honesty, when we talked about doing the commitment, right after the chase came out, which was in like 2018, we never in any way ever intended it to not be done by now. Like,
no.
In our heads, this was going to have been done years ago. Years.
Right.
And we actually started plotting and doing pre-work and all the things that we would normally do at the top of 2019. And then, that was just about the time, Isabella said, I can't do this anymore.
Yeah.
And so, it just started us down this whole path of it's taking forever to get where we want to go. But yes, finally, yay, everybody throw a damn party. The commitment will be coming next fall. Woo!
I wish I had.
Is there anybody who woke up today hoping that was the announcement? I mean, I got some PMs from people going, you can tell me, can't you? Oh, Shannon is eloquent as always. Well, Shan, yeah.
So did you want to touch base on the things we?
Yeah. So
when my sister was here,
yes,
sitting in the chair over here, going,
"Oh my gosh, I think I scared your sister." You bought all the books, but you haven't read it yet. You wanted to complete the series first. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So it will take you a long while.
Yes.
It will take you a long while, Stephanie, to get through the books you just bought. So FYI, yeah. You will have a stopping point. You could read the first 4 and stop.
Right.
And be okay.
Right. Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. Because that's the end of Rain Falling. We're completing Heavenly Rising.
That's a complete series. Yeah, Rain Falling is a complete series. So
it is.
You can binge on that, baby. And it's pretty good. It's pretty
Ames, good. You missed. You missed the Unbroken bundle is 40% off on Jenna's store and my store. And you probably saw that in the newsletter. And the commitment will finally be coming out next fall. Now you're caught up. Well, except for I got nasty reader email and we were explaining how many people died, got sick. Crap happened.
We were down a depressing down
We're
road.
going down the depressing and we're done with that now.
Up the hill of the happy hill.
We're coming up the happy hill and you guys are dancing. That's awesome.
Awesome.
Yay. So we are very excited. And we thought, because this is something that we do, honestly, when we sit down and talk about plotting together, one of the first things we do is kind of reminisce. First of all, for people who don't know, we started writing together in a writing group. And I joined this writing group because I was like, and it was all anonymous. And I joined this writing group because I was like, I need to write faster. And the point was, it was like writing exercises in a way. Like one person would put up a prompt and you just had to come up with something to say like immediately, like the clock was going. And then you would have to start telling stories. But there was no time to plot. So you were just like trying to tell a story by feeding off of each other. And so kind of like it is with people, some people you just clicked with more than others. Jenna and I clicked right away. We had too much fun trying to I would try to put one over on her and she would always come back with something. Always. But it was fun.
It was.
It was a lot of fun. And then eventually Jenna and I had written enough and I was like, we have kind of a story here and we should start telling it. It wasn't finished. It wasn't complete, but we had kind of been talking about this and we had some scenes and we were thinking, yes, this is going to be like awesome. And then we found out it was hard. It was really hard.
And then I found out there were rules.
Yes, there were rules.
Rules. I was like, huh?
I believe that to be the case, right? You're going to be there?
Oh, yeah. In Branson? Yeah.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm leaving a week from today. Mr. Jacob is taking me on a getaway to get my head straight.
No, she's asking if you're signing at Tropicon next year.
I am.
Okay.
I'm going to be there. And plus, we're going to spend a few days extra at the little place we're going to next Wednesday. So
yes,
get Mama's butt on the boat and let her do some fishing. So we're good.
Yes. There's my friend Eve. Hey.
She said about us.
I know. She says we're dangerous. I don't understand.
Oh, but in a good way. All right.
But in a good way. Okay. So yeah,
I'll be at Tropicon.
We started, we sat down and started writing what eventually is now The Betrayal. And I had no idea how this was going to go. None of us. We tried writing it like a writing exercise. We tried writing it in Skype. We tried writing it in all kinds of ways. But eventually we got something that we were really excited about because we loved these characters and we loved this world so much. And then hey, Christian, how are you?
Thank you, Christian.
And then we, when we got to the conclusion of, Rain and Liam and Hammer's story, we're going to get there, Eve. Then we were like, well, we're still having so much fun and we need to tell, Beck was such a character from minute one. And Beck was never intended to be a hero. He was going to be a villain.
I know.
And he would not have it. He would not have it.
He kept yelling, you're misunderstood. You're all misunderstanding.
Yes, you're all misunderstanding. And we were just like,
yeah. And yeah. Mm-hmm. Same way with Pike, though. I have a feeling we're misunderstanding Pike.
That's what he keeps telling me, but I don't know about that.
I'm getting Pike.
I don't know,
but Pike, I guess because he's a bad boy. He's just like,
well,
Pike.
He's a lot. He's a lot. Okay, so one of the things that we talked about earlier today. So if you guys have read the series, this will be a hoot for you. If you have not, we're trying to keep it as spoiler free as we can.
This might pique your perk. Yeah, well, there we go. Pique your curiosity and go.
Just a little bit.
I gotta go see what's going on with this.
Yes. So and I thought of more.
I bet
when I was in the shower.
Yeah,
I was like, but I didn't write it down like a moron. But we decided we were going to start with our top 5 favorite moments. And let's just say that we made it to 20 and there were still more. So we're going to go over, Jenna made a list. Night, Tabitha. And we're going to talk about some of our favorite moments. Is it possible to make them kind of chronological? I don't know whether way to order them.
No. I mean, well,
No, Jake, people don't ask me about my hair routine, but thank you, my friend.
oh my God. Okay, so I think we can just there's I mean, we can do it in series.
Well, okay.
Like
I should have had you share the list with me because I could probably have
yeah, you probably
done that pretty quick.
So I think the one that you go ahead and start off with the first time.
Yeah, so one of my favorites, just because it's so.
But there's the one before that, the one that Julie was shaking her head over. I'm like, we got to remember the dildo throw.
Oh, okay. Well, that all kind of goes together. So if you don't know, the setup of this is basically, we started Rain falling. Hammer took Ream in as a 17-year-old runaway, and he hid her in the back of a sex club because he had no place else to put her. And he let her work for him. He made her go to school, like all the things she didn't really want to do, but she couldn't go home. And we'll get to her father later. And so Hammer kind of finished raising her is the wrong. He guided her and made sure she didn't like fall off the cliff somewhere.
He fostered her.
That's a good way of putting it. Yeah. To make sure she didn't completely destroy her life. She ended up just madly in love with him and thought it was completely unrequited. And he just rolled through women for years and years and years. And she was like so sad and all the things. And just assuming that it was, she thought maybe when she turned 18, but no. And then she thought maybe when I turned 21, but no. And, a couple years later, she was like willing to roll the dice again because Hammer's best friend rolled through town and was like, clearly you guys are in love with each other. And I just need to give you a little shove. I'll just give you a little shove and it'll all work out. It'll be great. It'll be fine. And then not so much. Good night, Dawn. So then.
Sorry.
So that's actually where we're going, Kelly. That's actually where we're going.
Yes.
Yeah, little did Liam know. You're right, Christine. So Hammer's best friend is Liam, and he offers to take Rain under his wing and basically says, you're a beautiful woman, and if he won't treat you well, I will, with the whole idea that, of course, Hammer was going to get jealous and come stomping in and claim his woman, and Liam could go, job well done, and that was going to be that. That is not what happened.
That's not what happened.
That is nowhere close to what happened, because then Liam kind of fell for her too, and that was a problem. But she didn't want to say yes to Liam without trying with Hammer one more time because, maybe he was finally ready to see her as a woman. And when she tried to go make him see her as a woman,
proved that she was a woman.
Yes. Without many clothes on, he was like, no, I'd love to, but no. So she then got angry, and it is a dungeon, and she picked up pretty much every toy there was and started throwing it at him. And the spanking.
Yeah.
The rhyme during spanking.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yes.
So you guys have to understand the funniest stuff, because sometimes this stuff was not planned.
Not at all.
Like, we would be riding along and, I was like, oh, I know what Rain's going to say. And she's going to sing this little song where he's trying to, teach her a lesson.
Right? Right. Oh, and that just, it's kind of like telling the Dom, stop hitting me with your purse. That's just, yeah, that's just it. Yeah.
And so, as Rain rolls through 1, 2, 3, 4, and I won't spoil it if you haven't read it. This Rain is very sassy, Christine. You are correct. And then, honest to God, like, it was hysterical because as I was writing this, I got all the way through 7, 8, and I think it was, guess what? It's too late. And I was like, and I don't have a 9, 10, but that should do it because that was pretty sassy. And then she came back with, you remember?
9, 10, let's start again.
Guess we're going to have to start again. And I was like, oh God, that was so funny. Oh my gosh, it was so funny.
And those things, they kind of like just pop into your head. It's kind of like with Bill, with Rain's dad, Bill. He was I don't think any of us listen to Rod Stewart's Tonight's the Night anymore with that just going.
No.
But those lyrics just kind of like blossomed and they're horrible. But if you haven't read it, get ready.
Get ready.
But one of my favorite, we talked about our favorite scenes and stuff. And of course, that obviously this is a menage. So that, Hammer and Liam and Rain all get together and I'm not going
to very eventually.
Well, yeah, but they're away. They're at the lodge, at Liam's lodge, and there's a phone call that comes, and Pike is just Pike. Pike
is sarcastic, and Pike doesn't want other people's problems. He's like, listen, I have enough crap of my own, to be honest, like, just stop.
But there's a visitor at the club.
Mm-hmm.
And Liam and Hammer like throw her out, and he's like, well, what do I do with the baby? It's a baby-sized baby.
You got it exactly. It's a baby-sized baby.
He's trying to figure out how old it is. Well, how old is, how big is it?
Yeah, how big is it? Yeah, I don't know.
It's wearing little clothes and shit. I mean,
we're like, that is such a Pike answer. Oh my God.
So many times we'll be working around and we'll just like, it's a baby-sized baby.
Oh my God.
But my all-time favorite, I have 2 all-time favorites. I know there's a pussy behind me. She's in my chair.
Yeah.
Helper. That's Kiki. 2 of my all-time favorites are Madame Zelda in.
Well, hang on. We're getting way ahead of ourselves.
Okay, never mind. I'm going to hush. Liam.
Well, hang on. Gwyneth first.
Oh, yeah, Gwyneth. Gwyneth. Oh, yes. Go.
Who loved to hate Gwyneth? Everybody hated Gwyneth. Wow. Just wow. What a.
She was.
As Rain would have said, what a see you next Tuesday.
Right. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And honestly, we were trying to decide for the longest time, how can Liam approach Gwyneth and really humiliate her because she deserved it?
Madame Zelda.
And how can
he scare her off?
Yes, scare her off. That was exactly it.
And get her out of his hair. So, yeah.
Yeah, where she was coming in and trying to screw up his whole life.
And she just knew she could be everything he needed.
Well, or she could remarry him for money, but it's fine.
Right.
Yeah. So if you guys remember that Liam kind of cornered her in Beck's condo and suggested some interesting forms of play to her.
Teach her the lifestyle.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Did you call your cat Kinky? No, it's Kiki.
That's a little weird. No, the vet had a bad enough time when we had named our dog Snoop. No, that is Kiki, like Kiki's delivery service from the Miyazaki films. Gwyneth is a twat.
Yeah, Christine, you're right. Gwyneth and Marley both were see you next Tuesdays. 100%.
Yes.
You know, some of the other things.
But you got to tell them what Liam did. That was your favorite.
No, because we're not spoiling, remember?
Oh, dang. Okay.
Not everybody has read all the things. So
okay, got it. Okay. Well,
you know, we'll just say that Liam threatened to.
Liam makes an impression on Gwyneth.
Like a lot.
Yeah.
Another one of my favorite. Well, actually, we can't get out of that book without talking about Bill.
No, we can't.
Rain's father. You know, you meet him officially in book 2, but you don't really find out what kind of human being he is until book 3. And it's awful. And I want to tell you guys, trying to write Rain being trapped with Bill and the things he says and does, it, like, if you're ever going to be scarred for life writing something, that might have scarred me for life. It's that was maybe one of the hardest. It made me just sob, you guys. It absolutely just made me sob. Bill was a monster. You're right.
Good night, Beverly.
Good night, Beverly.
Yeah, he was a monster.
He was a horrible person, and I couldn't wait to have a page without him.
Mm-hmm.
I literally was writing so fast to try to not have a page with Bill. And I thought kind of the way that we exited him was fairly fitting.
It was. Yeah. It was. So,
and I was glad to have him no longer there.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, that's another good one, Kelly. Pickles.
I know.
Pickles. You guys, there's so much of us in this series too, by the way. If you ever noticed, Rain hates pickles.
I hate pickles.
Hate, loathe, despise so much. I really, really hate pickles. And if you've ever noticed, Hammer Liam and Rain's wedding anniversary is the same as mine.
That's right.
That's right.
That's right.
So, just little things. There, wasn't it Liam's birthday is somebody's birthday.
Yeah, we've got. Is his April? Is this April 24th?
I don't remember. Dang it, I don't remember.
No, I've got, I think, I know one of them has Sean's birthday. One of them has my daughter's birthday.
I think Hammer has Sean's birthday. That seems.
I don't know. I've got to.
We have all kinds of stuff in there. Yeah, and that was where I was starting to go, Jan, actually, was Rain and her unrequited love. And yes, she threw toys at him, but when he finally had enough tequila and he found her in the bar at 3:00 in the morning, yeah, there was no more hiding, fronting, pretending like that. It was on.
And she was legal then.
On.
She was legal.
Oh, she was.
She was of age. So
yeah. And then the cliffhanger, you guys, the cliffhanger after book 3, I can't even tell you how many people were like, "Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?"
That was okay.
That was epic.
It was evil, but it was epic. It was epic, but
it was epic fun.
The media room is one of my favorites. You guys, you got to understand this. So Shayla was off writing the just gut-wrenching
another gut-wrenching
horribly just rip your heart out scenes at the time that Isabella and I were working on the media room. And the media.
And if you don't know what we mean, it is the scene in which, after it's at the very end of Rain Falling and all of the crap has come out. You have spent the whole of book 4 trying to figure out, like, is Hammer going to be okay? Oh my gosh, like things are happening.
This is like really bad. This is really bad.
Like everything's being torn apart over lies, and it's awful and ridiculous. And yeah. And then when they finally nailed the person who, wow, this is really hard. When they finally nailed the person trying to tear their lives apart, and it was in stunning video for the entire party to see.
Yep.
Yeah.
The party gets together and watches the video in the
which
media
is
room.
Hysterical.
And so Isabella and I are laughing so hard. I mean, my face hurts, my stomach hurts. I can't breathe.
Exactly, Tracy.
I cannot breathe. And
the lawyer is like, I didn't see any of this. Didn't see any of this.
You are right, Christine. Liam's dad was
oh gosh,
hilarious. And we are laughing so hard. My daughter came into my office, my youngest daughter, and she's like, what is going on? I have never heard you guys laugh so hard. What are you? I'm like, don't worry about it. You'll have to read it. This is what I told you. You'll have to read it.
You'll have to read it. It's fine. It's fine. No, we love Liam's family too. And they were so much fun. Bryn and Duncan were just so much fun, and they were such a joy to have really join the cast as we got further into the series. And I just love them so much, and they're just the sweetest people. Bryn is like the woo-woo baddie grandma you never wanted. Hallway. Yeah. If you know, you know.
If you know, you know.
You know what? That is really
right.
That is 100% the truth. And we were like, I am writing this really difficult scene where, Rain finally gets to, figure out what happened to the rest of her family and kind of meet that head on. And as I'm writing, her like final goodbyes, basically, they're over there laughing hysterically. And we were calling each other every couple of hours. How is it going?
And we are still laughing. And she's just,
I'm just like, literally, I'm a red, snotty mess. And I'm just,
And so we had to quit laughing because, the emotional stuff for her was just so gutting. And we're over here just laughing our butts off.
Yeah. Well, okay, so that was another one. The ear was burning. And he was like, my ear's itching.
And she's like, I don't care, keep going.
Pregnant woman with needs. And can you imagine, like, I tried to imagine the horror of meeting your mother-in-law for the first time when you have on no undergarments. You were literally busy like 2 minutes ago.
And you're meeting your man's parents. It's like,
oh my gosh. Yes. Christine remembers all the best lines. Oh, Liam, it's for you. And we're standing there going, no, I'm not going to take this one for you. I am not intervening. This is between you and your parents. Have all the fun.
Oh, I'm glad.
Yeah.
I'm glad, Linda. But yeah, the media room, and then of course Liam's itchy ear and what that means.
Yes.
And,
but then there was the hard times that Hammer had. Like, he beat his Audi up thinking he beat his Audi up
he trashed his Audi with
Oh yeah.
Beat that thing to death.
To death. And
To
everybody's like, what did you do to your okay. What did you do?
Don't worry about it.
It's fine. It's fine.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, just you guys, so much fun. And yeah, I've actually listened to them a fair amount too. You know, we walk away to write other books, and when we come back, those audiobooks are the best way, at least for me, to get reacquainted and remember details. And I've actually been doing some listens lately, trying to reorient myself. You know what? Honestly, Jan, Christian Fox is just a master.
Yeah.
He is so good at this. And if I can't get him for the commitment, I am going to cry. Like and you guys wonder why the confession audio took so long. We waited and waited and waited for him. We did.
Yeah.
He understands this world and these characters because he's voiced every one of them.
Be careful telling us stories like that, Eve. I wrote a story that my hairdresser told me once about being locked out of a house, and it ended up in a book. So,
you know, I think he just is incredibly talented. Honestly, he's just amazing. So, you know, we were excited to get started with Beck and Seth and Heavenly, but it was one of those things where we were like, okay, what are we doing? Because we don't have the same vibes and we wouldn't want the same vibes, you know, so how are we going to really make this work? And we knew coming into, well, first of all, the big giggle for me was Beck's going to pursue a virgin.
That was the best one. He's going to do what? And of course,
Gloria Beck was like, no, I'm not. And then he met her and he was like, oh, yeah I am.
And Gloria, his wife,
Gloria. Gloria is a hoot. Gloria is just one of the best pieces of comic relief ever.
She is so fun. Gloria is just so fun. And I love it when can we tell him? No, we can't tell him what she does, right? I mean, because it kind of ties in with
well, okay, let's put it this way. Yeah, let's put it this way. Well, first of all, hang on. So when the three of them first, you know, meet, like Heavenly is just so sweet and naive. She really is like a Wisconsin farm girl. And we intended her to be very kind of wide-eyed and Bambi and, you know, kind of lots of things Rain wasn't, because the idea of making them friends was also something else that was so funny to me, because in theory, they should really have almost nothing in common. But in reality, you know, they're both young women who find themselves in a relationship with two men going, I don't know how I got here, but okay.
But I like it. Oh.
But I like it. But one of the funniest things was Beck and Seth spending that whole first book both trying to like get with her, and she really kind of had no idea what was going on. And one of the best things, and Christian delivers this line amazingly in The Choice, where Heavenly is being pursued by one of the other doctors in the hospital because she's a volunteer nurse at the hospital where Beck, you know, practiced most of the time. Yeah, Manhor Manning.
Yes.
And oh my gosh, the way Beck finally puts Manhor Manning in his place is just
it's epic.
It's epic.
Everybody's
and
talking
then
about Zelda.
I know we're gonna get there. But I think one of my favorite from The Choice is, you know, I love the way they fight and the pranks. And yes, this is where Zelda, Beck and Seth are just determined that they're going to be the one
to deflower her.
Well, and to be with her, like they are going to be, yes, Catherine, the bitchy nurse getting her comeuppance. You're right. but they both are just determined, and the pranks they play on each other. We had more pranks planned, but we were like, we had way more planned, but we were like, we can't top Zelda, so we're just not going to try.
That was
Zelda and Clovis.
best prank ever.
Oh my gosh.
What I like best of that is that they blamed that they turned around and blamed it on Pike. That was even better.
That was even better. But the fact that Pike even knew this person is a whole other thing that you're like, wait a minute, dude, what's up with that?
Yeah.
But you do the best Zelda impression. Like, I can't take that from you.
I'd have to have it in front of me, but
oh my gosh.
Oh my God.
Anything's possible.
We should do that. The Torpedo
We
Man.
should. It was funny. For those of you who missed the Torpedo Man story.
Oh, it did. That's the other day. But
it's a whole other thing, yeah.
And then but the bachelorette party for Gloria and the getting her drunk, and just Gloria is she's hilarious because she's just
Gloria is hysterical.
She's
honestly.
just like, well, this is how it is, so
yeah,
deal with it, and
did anybody love the cliffhanger at the end of book 1?
Nobody's saying anything. Did you know?
Yeah, but nobody loved that, but it was really important. Damn it!
Yeah, it was.
It was.
It was.
Oh, you know what? We forgot.
What?
At the end of the choice. Well, first of all, the restaurant.
The restaurant.
The restaurant. Oh my gosh! You have to understand. Beck and Seth are both incredibly protective of this girl, and they are trying so hard to make her life easier and better and take her problems away, but she's so doesn't understand that's what they're trying to do, and she wants so badly to take care of it herself. This is her life and her problems and her father and all of these things, and so she's trying to make money at a restaurant, and when they find out,
yeah,
you have River to thank for that little piece of fun too. Yeah,
and then
the sausage party.
But when they found out where she lives too, that was
that was a lot.
The sausage party is
sausage party is actually, you know what? It's funny. But it's also maybe one of the most.
Yes, Kelly's got it. Read Kelly's.
Okay.
This is good.
I love how Beck and Seth are all mature and filling Hammerly with relationship advice, and then bam, they get hit and they act more immature. No. It's true. Yes. It's true. Oh, the Valentine's dinner.
Oh, that was epic.
Heavenly was supposed to go out to dinner on Valentine's Day with Beck, and then she had to work. And so Seth, who had been trying to cut Beck off at the pass, they wind up going to dinner together because the hostess calls their table and
thinks they're a couple.
Thinks they're a couple.
So was it Beck being Beck, or was it Seth being Seth that led the waiter to keep believing that they were a couple?
I think it was Seth, but I think at one point Seth said something about wanting a beer. And Beck was like, I'm only going to buy a drink for somebody who blows me, and I have no interest in that being you.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, Seth leaned into it. You're right.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Some of the stuff, and you guys have to understand, so much of this was not planned. It wasn't. We would get there to write, and nothing would ever go the way that we thought it was going to.
But what was crazy was when we finished the end of Rain Falling and the way that all the pieces connected, we didn't realize that there were pieces in the first book that actually came into play at the end of the book.
It was almost serendipitous.
It was either, yeah, it was crazy. That was the most surprising thing, because some of the pieces that you didn't think really mattered maybe so much in the first book turned around to really matter. Really matter at the end of that series.
Yeah.
That was like, yeah, that was just like,
and it's so crazy because it was again, you guys, we didn't come in with a master plan. When we got to the last book, we were like, okay, here are all the things we have to solve. How are we going to solve them? And honestly, we just sat down and went, okay, wait a minute. Shockingly, we have the ingredients. We know we can do this. It took a while, but we did it.
But it was and it was so crazy how, I mean, characters, they take on a personality all their own.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, in book one, we knew Hammer was an island. We knew Hammer was an island, but we didn't know, and we didn't know why, and we didn't know why, and we didn't know why,
and we didn't know why until we had to write that scene.
Yeah, we didn't know what the heck had happened to him, and boy, that was eye-opening. That was just kind of like, oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, that was a lot. But honestly, we didn't know what Beck's problem was for a long time. Was there anybody else as shocked by Beck's background as we were? Because we were like, okay, this guy came from someplace and it's not good. And it was one of those things where, so I had been watching a lot of reality TV, and I was like, I called her late one night. I was like, I got it. I got it. I know it.
And she's like, go watch this series. And so I'm like, okay. And I go watch the series.
Oh, sure.
And then Sean and I take off one year. We go hop on the Harley, and we drive from Kansas City to Auburn, California. And we're coming home. And there's the exit to where, you know.
Yeah, Beck's from.
And I'm just like, oh, wow.
Yeah.
It was freaky. It was really freaky.
To deal with his whole family, talk about some creepy ass people. Like,
yeah,
wow, it was a lot.
It is
and we wanted him to be from someplace really different and not like, you know. So when other people say, "Well, of course, you know, you understand," and you know, childhood pranks and this and that, and he was like, no, I really don't.
Oh, I really don't.
Understanding. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. It's just it was,
I liked his prom date.
I liked his prom date too. Thank you, Gloria.
Thank you, Gloria.
Oh boy.
But Gloria was good for him, and he was good for her.
Gloria was what he needed at the time.
And I think she needed him to just
good night, Rhonda.
Good night, hon.
Good night, Brenda.
Good night, guys. Just to they saved each other.
Mm-hmm. And they did. They really did.
Really did. They saved each other.
They did. You have the list.
I've got the boy band and
Dirty the boy band on the plane.
Dirty Sanchez. That's the boy band.
Heavenly's landlord was a piece of work, and he got everything he deserved.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. What a horrible human being. Good night, Sharon.
Sharon, I know we've been talking for a while.
I know.
But it's
if you guys haven't read it, like this is seriously a labor of love, and there is in no way are we like not excited to do this.
Yeah, I mean, that we have so much fun. It's both emotional and it's both
cathartic. It's long, it's exhausting, but it's exhilaratingly because honestly, the two of us together, we never know on any given day what is going to happen. Like we'll be riding along, and then all of a sudden it'll be like, wait, I got it.
Wait,
and you know that's going to be a left turn to someplace, and we're just going to be like, okay, let's roll with that, because why not?
We need to come up with one epic prank. Okay, hang on, give me a minute.
Well, and so I have seen questions about River and Pike, and it is something we're entertaining, where we want to do this slightly differently next time, because we don't want to drag this out for years and years.
Right,
so
right.
we're going to have to address how to do it so that we can continue without having these giant breaks. They're not fun for us. They're not fun for you. I don't know how we'll do it.
Excuse me.
Go
ahead. Tell, how many words did these books start out with to begin with before editing?
Yeah. So you guys, in every collaboration project, there is kind of the editorial voice, and that's kind of me. So there were times I would just cut, and I won't say that I cut whole scenes. No. What I'll say is, I would cut words. I would cut things I felt like we'd said. I would cut things. One of the few, there are a few scenes though that were horrifically difficult to write. And one that jumps out at me, and it's interesting that we all took a stab at this, multiple stabs at this scene, and finally got a draft that we could work with, was in what was originally the Edge of Dominance and is now the Bond. The scene on the beach after the morning that Hammer has to go. Remember that scene?
Yeah.
You spent like a week on it.
Oh.
I think Isabella spent 2 or 3 days on it. And then I spent another 3 or 4 days on it. We could not figure out what that emotional needed to be. And then all of a sudden, all of us sat down together. And it was like this weird, where we had to take, I ended up editing together parts of all of the scenes, because there were things about each of them that worked, but none of them worked separately, as a whole individually. It was very odd.
Like mixing a cake.
It was
like this ingredient in and this ingredient in and this, and then you stir it. So, good
night, Renee.
Hang on a minute. Sorry.
Thank you, Christine. Yeah, it was a hard moment between them, and he had to be the rock she needed in that moment. And it was so hard for him too, because his world was falling apart as well. But she was going into free fall, and he had no idea, what else to do. He just knew that he had to be her support system. And it's one of the great things, frankly, about Liam. All of these books have different dynamics in some ways. We knew, honestly, with Rain Falling, there was not going to be any of this if Liam couldn't come together. Good night, Nikki. Liam was sort of the buffer between Rain's very headstrong ways and Hammer's sort of islandy sarcasm. Liam was sort of that glue, but with Heavenly Rising, it's more like, the guys, Heavenly was the person, they were both just racing at her. And then once things started to come together, don't you feel like in some ways she is the sort of calming influence, but at the same time, they have a vibe now where I hear you, Fiona May.
Gosh.
But they have a vibe now where they're coming together. It's just so hard to explain. It's different.
Yeah, it is different. Eve wants to know how we mesh the scenes with each of us writing different characters.
That's just the magic of editing.
And she's the magician. Trust me.
Editing for me is one of those things that I can generally I can edit the heck out of most anything, but sometimes it is hard because, we have to have conversations sometimes about what's really important to you, what's really
your wish list, and
Yeah.
we got
The
the
trash can test.
and we have the absolutes, but also I think that we have been writing these characters either in the main character roles or the
Supporting roles, yeah.
roles, that we know these people now, and yes, we've got
But they still surprise us.
but they do they ever? Woo.
Mm-hmm.
They do surprise us.
And we definitely already know what's up with River Pike and Jasmine. We know.
And
but it's
but he's got the whole Dean and River thing is, I think it was somebody made a comment above there about y'all really messed up their relationship.
Well, we have to tell you something really funny too. So when we were writing the chase,
I don't know what.
Yes.
Excuse me.
Or maybe it was when we were starting the confession. It was one of those. But we were like, we had this grand plan. And you guys, we had already drafted this scene. And in the big battle at the lodge, and I won't say more than that if you haven't read.
Well, yeah, I was going to ask you if we were going to confess this or not.
We have to.
We have to.
I mean, we're here.
We're here. We're spilling secrets left and right. So here it comes.
This
woman there, the woman there, I guess I don't know. It's all backwards. Miss Shayla Black. If it hadn't been for her, that whole book would have had to have been scrapped and rewritten, at least the last third of it. So go ahead. I'm just saying.
Because we originally wrote the scene, the battle at the lodge, and we knew there were going to have to be casualties.
Mm-hmm.
We knew it. Like it was there was too much gravity to the situation for everybody to magically live. And we were sitting there going, okay, who could we sacrifice?
Who do we kill off? Who are we going to kill off?
Because that's not something you want to do all the time, right? And so finally we were like, okay, it's going to hurt, but we're going to sacrifice Dean. And then, so we wrote a whole draft of this scene where Dean did not survive.
And everybody's just losing it because Dean was Dean.
Yeah.
And everybody's just like, oh my God, not Dean. And we're just like, oh God, Dean's gone and this sucks.
It was so sad. And then and this was a couple of days later, and I called her at an obscenely early hour, and I was like, we have to rewrite that whole song. We have a big problem.
Big problem. She said, go ahead. Because Dean, the timelines kind of mesh between Rain Falling and Heavenly Rising. So while there's a wedding happening and Rain Falling, and
we haven't reached that timeline yet
in this timeline yet. And lo and behold, Dean is coming down the stairs. Well,
in September, but we're having this battle up in the lodge, like in March or something.
Dean's dead in March, but he's alive walking down the stairs
in September.
Oh my gosh.
I was like, we're going to have to rewrite that. She was like, no.
Oh,
sorry.
Yeah, we are, because Dean's still alive,
Dean's
sweetheart.
still alive.
Like, what?
And nobody remembered
that dang time traveling problem.
Well, and you guys should see. So here's some of the funniest stuff. Like we were having, even like when people would go up to the lodge, we were having conversations about room placement and furniture placements, because people would go off to write a scene, and come back. And I would be like, that is not where the couch is.
The couch is not there. The bathtub is over there.
Yeah. And so finally, in my very horrible PowerPoint skills, I get out PowerPoint and I start making little lines. Here's the stairs. Here's the sofa. Here's the fireplace. Everybody, this is the room. This is how we've described it. This whole series. You can't change it now. And everybody's looking at my PowerPoints like, seriously?
But it worked. It worked. It worked. That was
Yeah. Well, it helped. I think the visual helped,
oh
honestly.
yeah, definitely.
And
Yeah.
you should have seen us trying to decide some of the like we knew we needed, like, names is a major thing.
Oh my gosh.
Names are hard.
Mhm.
And when we had to go into Beck's backstory and go into that town that he came from and start cleaning it out, is that the way to put it?
Yeah.
And the things they were finding, and like,
Yeah.
it's hard. Like, you guys, some of that is, you can't write that without it affecting you on some level. It's rough.
But then but then you sit there and you think back, and it's like, this parts of this really did happen.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Parts of this really did happen.
Have happened to people. Absolutely. Yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
the same part. That's what makes me
Mhm.
writing it. I can write all the gory and all that stuff and horrible people, and I don't have a problem with that. But when you're writing things that have happened,
are real.
it's like,
And see, there's not a lot of that in my books, because she was even telling me the other day about how much she cut her hand, and she was going into detail, and I was like, nope, that's it. That's it.
I have one of those chopper things.
I'm going to throw up, girl.
I got one of those chopper things on TikTok, and it's got a mandolin on it, and I'm just going to town, and I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah, that was fun. I usually do a whole lot better in the kitchen than that, but
Oh, just so much fun. And we are so looking forward to the commitment.
So looking forward
and Heavenly and Beck and Seth have been through so much. And I had somebody reach out to me not that long ago and give me all of the reasons that they felt like, Seth hadn't gone through a transformation yet, and that, he still had problems. And I was like, yes.
Hold on. Just
hold
on.
that thought. Yes, we know that. Thank you. We know that.
And we know what's coming.
We do.
Do we know?
Oh, do we? And would anybody else be as horrified as Seth was to walk into the kitchen and see their mother? And he's just going on and on about the kitchen table.
Use my safeguard.
Oh my God.
Oh, yeah, that would have been that would have been that's a shocking experience for a kid to walk in on their mother.
Mm-hmm.
Having fun over the kitchen table.
With somebody that you don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine. Yeah, poor Seth was like, I bleach. I bleach.
I bleach. I need eye bleach.
I need eye bleach. So we do have plans. Like, we know on a vague level where we're going, and just some forewarning now. It's going to get dark before it gets better. It's going to go pretty freaking dark.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is going to be a lot. And on the same side, like, I think we're going to have fun, because as much as the guys have been introducing Heavenly to, the pearl panties.
Oh, I love those pearl panties. Oh
my God, the poor girl couldn't walk.
I know.
Oh my gosh. So
she's being pleasured by two hot guys. I'm not really
at the dinner table in public.
I know. I don't think she's suffering that hard. I mean, seriously.
But she can't walk to the and then they had to play doctor with her.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
It was.
And there was nothing so funny. Like, the things that, again, like, spontaneously happened when we found out that Beck really had a thing for bows.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. I was like, dude, really?
Yeah, really?
Really?
Big bad
okay.
Things. You like little pink bows. Okay, babe.
Like little pink bows? Is that what does it for you? Okay. All right. I see how you are. But we're looking forward to really getting back into this, and we'll be getting down in the mud, and like I said, it's going to get dark, And then it's going to get awesome because the guys, for as much as they've introduced her to things, she still wants to know what goes on at Shadows. She still doesn't know what goes on at Shadows.
We have a little bit of teaching to do. Just a
we
little.
do. So that's going to be fun. And then honestly deciding whether or not the gloves are on or off, like,
right, because we know
they're on, Beck and Seth are on.
Next biological clock is ticking.
It's true. Yeah, he is 100% ready.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were just gonna mention the bows, Linda. Yeah, the bows are fun. God, honestly, we could go on. There's so much to talk about.
Yeah. We could sit here all night talking about different parts of the books and the scenes and the emotional and it's. I like the fact that that it's a mixture of dark, emotional, and ridiculous humor. I think that's life. I mean, it's kind of like it's kind of like this roller coaster ride that's incredibly thrilling and incredibly fun. And you're not quite sure, what's around the bend, whether you're going to be, whether you're going to need the Kleenex or if you're just going to
belly laughing. You don't know. And honestly, in some ways, this is the joy of the two of us together, because she really likes to write those funny, like, you guys, she is all the sarcasm. She is all the humor. Yeah, I know. She was the creator of Madame Zelda. We just couldn't decide. We knew we needed a prank. She walked outside in the rain and came back like 2 minutes later and was like, I got it. And we were sitting there going,
the best thing.
What?
The best thing. Her and Isabella, when I explained this, when I said Madame Zelda and her
loves, yeah.
And they were both just at the table and they're looking at me and they're going, like,
I didn't get it at first. I was like, yeah, and that was my next question. Once it finally sank in, I was like, what is wrong with you? Oh my God.
Pike, it's Pike. It's just Pike.
Pike is Pike. But but by the same token, you guys, if you know me, know well enough that, I am like this super dark emotional person. Like, if there's a way to make this uglier and darker and more wrenching and angstier, I will find it. Like, there were plenty of times where I feel like, kind of everybody else was going, that's a good place to stop. And I was like, oh, no. Never. Are you kidding?
We're milking this all the way.
We are.
We got a whole lot more angst to get out of it.
There were places, frankly, like, I really wasn't sure you guys were going to let me go as deep with Bill as I wanted to go. And I know everybody was like, oh.
But you like the song.
Oh, that was bad. I can't claim responsibility for the song. We did jointly pick the song.
We did. And then said, give me a minute. Because I've my whole life. Now, this is how twisted I am. I hear like songs on the radio and I will write the dirtiest lyrics to those songs like on the planet. Like, I will just, it's bad. It's just for, entertainment, humor. And I'm like, okay, hang on, give me a minute. So I'm sitting there and I'm just playing the music and I'm writing stuff down and I'm like, and it's getting worse.
Well, yeah. So you have to understand. So we do this over Zoom. And so when we start doing this, like, we'll call each other at dark 30 in the morning. And no matter what happens all day long, we just leave the Zoom open. Yeah. And so she walks in and out of the room and I walk in and out of the room and we see each other at our worst. And like, we'll say things like, I need a pee break. And like, there is no pretending that we're super professional when we're doing this. This is just, So she literally just was like, you go write something and I will sit here and come up with lyrics. And I was like, okay, well, I'll go write someone being stabbed because that's what I do.
'Cause that's what we do. Yeah.
And
yeah.
you know, and I'll write Bill say super awful, creepy things in general to Rain because that's what he does.
Yeah. And I'll he needs to sing a song to her. So
and we were like,
take care of that one. And it was
it
was
so bad.
You enjoy torturing us.
Just
Tracy, when that song comes on, I change the radio station.
Yeah.
Change
It killed the song for us too. We literally cannot. Every time I heard it on the radio the other day and I was in my husband's car, I just turned the radio off and he was like, what's that? And I was like, hearing Christian sing it was even creepier. It was.
Oh,
it was.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Wow.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? I one of the things I thought about in the shower and I forgot to mention. Bungee vomit.
Oh my God. The bungee puke. The bungee puke.
I wanted to kiss her so bad.
Not today.
Not today, Satan. Not today. Which, again, and the art gallery.
The art gallery.
We had so much fun finding the art for the art gallery.
The art gallery. Oh, that was awesome. And of course, Pike's at the art gallery.
Because Pike. What is wrong? Seriously, what is wrong with him? And this is the funny thing. Like, we kind of know what's wrong with him, but not really. Like, he has a story to tell that he hasn't told us yet either.
He's a Hammer story. He's the Hammer story, just like Hammer was an island.
I think so too. There's something going on there, but he just won't tell us.
Yeah. And maybe I know. Maybe not.
Oh, you'll have to tell me. I'm dying to know.
No, it's not good.
Well, I've had thoughts too, but we should bump notes and see if we're even in the same neighborhood. So that will be fun.
No, that's not insulting Christian at all.
Oh no, he did a great job. He did a fantastic job being Creepy Bill.
Oh.
And that's the one thing, you guys, if you are not a single audio person, like, he does voices, he's an actor also. He does voices so incredibly well that you never are questioning who's talking ever. He's so incredibly good at making you know who's talking.
Yes.
So I really can't stress enough how amazing he is.
Yeah, he's really good.
Oh, thank you, Kelly.
Oh,
I appreciate that. That's very incredibly
Jenna,
sweet.
good night, baby doll.
Good night. Does Christian. So Christian does Rain and Heavenly's books. Yes. He's done all 7 books so far, and we're hoping and praying to get him back for the last.
The last one. That would be heaven. That would be heavenly.
That would be heavenly, pun intended. So I think, like, we've said all the things, right?
So now's the time. Questions.
If we can answer them, we will.
Yeah.
Somebody did ask a question earlier, and let me see if I can find it. And the chat was moving kind of fast then, and I didn't. Oh, here we go. So this is how our process works a little bit, Teresa. That's a good question.
Oh.
The answer is we don't know. We've talked about it. We know it's a loose end, and so we know
where she's at.
We do.
We know where she's at.
We have, is it 2 or 3? Like, we have storylines for the commitment, but we have different ones, and different ones involve her and different ones don't. And we haven't really decided. I know that sounds weird, but we need to, like, revisit, refresh mentally, because one of the things that we do, these books are so packed. And so one of the things that we do when we finish is we have a debrief at the end, and we're always like, okay, what do you want to see happen next? And let's make notes. And then we let it go really cold and come back and look at those notes again and think, like, in hindsight, is that really how we feel?
Right. Thank you, Eve.
And I think sometimes, we do like what we put down, and sometimes we don't.
Yeah. I mean, there's but I think for the most part, I think if we don't like it, we finesse it till we do, you know.
Well, no, I mean, what I mean is that we have the notes, after we're done, and sometimes, we think, oh, like when we let it go cold and come back, at least I felt sometimes like where I'm like, it's a little too obvious, it's a little too pat. That's not really the way I want this to go. Like that's almost too easy.
Sorry, I wasn't following you, but yes.
Yeah. Almost like it's too easy in some ways, but sometimes we also will come back later and think like there were things we want to include that we didn't even talk about originally, and we sit there and go, oh, well, let's add this to the list, which is another thing. We always start with lists, and sometimes things make it in and sometimes they don't. Some things are like running lists, and we're like, okay, well, didn't fit in this book, but
it might fit in the next one.
We just never know. It's kind of one of these really odd organic processes that
it really is. It is organic because it kind of just grows, and it's like roots out to where it's supposed to go, and it's magically somehow.
We don't even know.
How do you decide who writes what?
So we started this exercise because I really kind of vibe with and enjoy writing men. I was raised with dudes. I enjoy dudes. I understand dudes. So I was like, I am going to pick a character, and I am a female, and I am going to get so deep in her skin. And so Rain was kind of that exercise. And I can now put on my Rain hat. Like today, I could put on my Rain hat and just write the heck out of that. So typically speaking, I somewhere in this brain represent the female portion of this. And Jenna, I don't even know how to describe what you do because
I channel my husband a lot of times. I mean,
whoever's the most sarcastic person in the room.
Oh, that's usually me, but
no, I meant in the scene.
Oh. I'm usually the most sarcastic person in the scene?
No, you're channeling whoever is the most sarcastic person in the scene.
Oh, yeah. I mean, as far as
all of Beck's sarcasm. Yeah.
Yeah.
You
run into anyone she knows at the club.
We have had that conversation as well. I don't know. We're really trying to decide. There's so many things that we know are loose ends and they're up in the air, but it maybe. Good night, Renee. So yeah, there's going to be a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
a lot of stuff.
There is a lot of stuff. Yeah.
But I have had people, kind of other people in my life ask me, why next fall? And the reality is, you guys, Jenna had her dad's celebration of life 4 days ago. She needs time. The holidays are coming. I'm, if you've been here before, I'm dealing with a little bit of burnout. And I've got 2 books to write as well.
I've got 2 books to write that have just been moved back. And we had the celebration of life Saturday, and I have not been myself. I'm not going to sit here and lie. And so I had such a wonderful vacation last year. It was the first time Sean and I had been on vacation in 5 years. And so he is taking me away Wednesday, and we're going to go down, and I'm just going to relax. And sleep, hopefully sleep good, and go fishing
You enjoy that kind of thing.
I do. And making we last time we went, I made hush puppies that turned into mush puppies. So now I make mush puppies. So, it's like, it's just getting away, and there's no TV, there's nothing. There's just us. And
you guys need some time away too.
It's
been a lot of stress lately. And honestly, William and I have a cruise plan coming up, and
we need that to get away.
That to get away. We've got the holidays coming up as well. Like I said, I've got 2 books to write. And the reality is, then we both have signing schedules next year and that kind of thing. And I really, we want to give ourselves plenty of time to do this.
Yes.
Because it never works the way we want it to when we have to stay on a really short timeline. And there's no other good way to put this. It usually takes us 5 or 6 months to do this, guys.
And that's because it's the organic thing again. I think it's because we let it take us down these roads. We let it take us on a left turn. We will write
some, and we will stop and have hours long conversations.
Yes. Because then, we've laid some bricks, but we don't know quite which direction of the road we're going to go down, because there's so many different options. And then, the more options you have, the more you have to project forward to seeing what the next curve in the road is. And usually that takes us, we find the curve, but then it makes a sharp right, and we're back to talking about it again. But I love it. I think it's
one of the most, it's an experience, as much as I plot. You can't do this with yourself. I don't know how else to put that. You can't plot with yourself this way. At least I can't. It doesn't work that way for me at all. And I just,
oh, nice.
I'm just excited that we're going to get a chance to sit down again and really do this in a way that is going to make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
And do it in the way that we started and that worked for us, because we really do delve with every conversation into these characters and what's happening with them. And there's so many ins and outs. And one thing we know over time is when we start a new collection, if you will, there's so many possibilities you're opening up, right? So you have all these possibilities, and this could happen and that could happen. And we have all these crazy, zany ideas about things that could happen, but we eventually start changing, taking paths and making decisions.
Right.
And now we're coming to the last book in a saga. So we have to close everything. But that means that there's a lot of loose ends, and we have to go through and make sure we've accounted for everything and really thought through not just how to end everything, but how to end it in a way that feels correct
and
for
satisfying.
The situation. Yeah, and satisfying. And it's not an easy overnight thing, for sure. So we're happy to get going soon. It'll be after the first of the year before we even really get a chance to start, you guys.
It does take a while. It does.
It does.
I think that's probably, in my opinion, why I love this series. Why I love the series so much, and I think it's fabulous. They're both fabulous series. This is series.
Yeah, they're different and they're reflections of the people who inhabit them, but they're also collectively a reflection of the greater world we set them in.
Right.
So there's similarities, but there's just stark differences. And I think it's going to be interesting to round this out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. That evil laugh.
You guys. Yeah, my evil laugh. She talks about my evil laugh a lot. On that note, we've kept you guys like 2
I know.
hours.
We've
This is maybe the longest Wicked Wednesday ever.
That's all right. And this is why we have to cut so much, because we talk a lot. We
do. We're both super extroverted, so we just sit there and talk and talk and talk.
There's times we're like, okay, that's enough squirreling. We got to get to work. You know?
And literally, you guys, it's not uncommon for us to be working all day on the series, and then for one of us to call each other like 20 minutes later and go, but wait, there's something else.
I forgot to tell you this part.
Yeah.
But what if we did this? I like that. What if we did this?
Let's crawl into Beck's head. Oh, that's a scary place.
This is scary. Yeah. Thank you guys. I had a blast. Thank you for inviting me.
Happy birthday,
sweetheart.
Yay.
Cake.
Do it. Absolutely. And you guys, thank you for joining us. If you're still here, thank you for sticking with us. And if you have not read it, now you need to go. You need to run and read. So
you need to run and read, because they are good. They really are. So thank you.
Thank you. Everybody, you guys have a fantastic weekend. Enjoy the rest of your week. And we will see you. William and I will be back next Wednesday. I have no idea what we'll talk about, but we'll figure it out.
Oh, if you're bored, call me. I'll be fishing.
It was good to see so many of you, and thank you. Hi, Janet. I'm so glad you were here. And you guys, thank everybody. You. And we will see you next Wednesday. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, I have to figure out how to do this now, don't
I?
Oh,
what do I do now?
Hang on. There's supposed to be an outro. I'm so bad at this. Okay. Bye.
Bye.